Hey guys, it's Dinoninja here. And I know it's been a while and I have a new kind of face and everything, but I saw a video posted by Tommy in it, and if I remember to edit this, which I probably won't, in all honesty, I'll probably just immediately upload it. But if I remember to, I'll try to show it, and if not, it'll definitely be in the description down below. But in that video, it was Tommy talking about his majority experience on the Dream SMP and how it affected him and how it changed him. Well, I kind of related to some of the issues he had being on the Dream SMP and Twitch streaming and all that. So I figured it was, time I explained myself for not uploading content, or to be more accurate, not uploading this type of content anymore, or anything of the sort. So, if you didn't know, my channel was originally primarily gaming content because I love making games and I love playing with my friends. For the longest time, that was my content. It was nothing else, it was just gaming. But I could never really, I guess, make a foothold, would be the best way to say it. I never really gained any traction. So, one day I was just scrolling through YouTube and I happened to see this video by another What If YouTuber about what if Deku was a ghostwriter. And that sounded interesting to me, so I watched it, and that was my first introduction to What If YouTubing as a whole. I watched What If videos for about like 3 or 4 months before I actually ever made my first one. And if I remember correctly, my first one was made because I saw a what if video about like what if Deku had Kurama, uh, the Nine Tails from Naruto, and it was really poorly done, like really, really poorly done. And I don't know why, just for some reason that ticked me off a lot. So I decided that I was gonna try to make it better, do it better, be better than that one YouTuber for absolutely no reason. So I did. I started What If YouTubing. My thumbnails at first were horrible, but it gained a lot more traction. Nearly a whole entire extra 400 views over my most popular gaming video at the time, which was what if, or not what if, it was a Minecraft add-on review for Plants vs. Zombies. And I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked, as my video was meant to be more of a this is how it should be done video rather than an actual video. So I decided to keep producing content on that. And I just keep producing and producing and producing content, and eventually I got bored with it because I was doing it out of spite. I started it out of spite. I didn't start it out of wanting to do it. I didn't start it out of feeling like if I produce this content, I'll love it and I'll produce more of it. That wasn't my goal, not at all. It was to prove that there was a higher quality that this content could reach that people just weren't going for. So I continued to produce content for What If Deku, constantly producing it. It was like, I guess I could call it a view high. In other words, I got so many views on it, I got addicted to it. And it was very gratifying to watch multiple people come in and watch my stuff. And it would be like every day I got home from school and I would just start working on what if stuff. I'd be working on thumbnails or I'd be recording a video. And it was just constant, nonstop. And then as the months went on, the subscriber count went up higher and higher. I made a Discord server where my fans could join and we could chat and have a great time, and they get notifications that told them that there was a new video going up. or something of the sort. And it was a constant thing. Like, I mean, constant as more and more people poured in. I remember I was so happy when we reached 1K. Literally so happy that I ran out to my living room and shoved my phone in my dad's face because that was insane to me. I never ever thought in the light of day that I could reach 1,000 subscribers. And I remember anytime my friends would talk about YouTube, I would bring it up, and I just wouldn't notice back then how rude I was being, how I was bragging about it nonstop. And it took me a long time to realize. And as we kept getting more subscribers, 2K, 2.5K, 3K, 3.4, I think was when I was at my limit, because What If Deku was in Daimonchi really took off back at like 2K. Like, my most viewed video before that, I think, was like 3,000 views. And What If Deku was in Daimonchi, not even in like the first week, fucking reached 10K, which shocked me more than anything else. And the subscriber count growth rate, it was like every 2 weeks we would be gaining 500, 600 subscribers. And I thank you all for that. It was amazing to see. It was amazing to watch this community I had fostered grow and be better. But I realized something was wrong with the community, and that was its core. Me. I still never liked doing what ifs. Hell, I barely liked telling stories in the first place, but I keep doing it, and I do it out of a sense of obligation, I guess some might say. And I constantly keep producing more and more and more and more and more and more content. And with so many people watching Daimonchi and wanting the next part fucking minutes after I released the last one, I was putting about 12 or 13 hours a day towards thinking about or doing something towards those what ifs. I was chugging on sleep. I barely talked to anyone because I would be thinking about it or trying to upload it, or it'd be something of the sort. And it was nonstop and it was constant. I'm not going to sit here and say it wasn't. But as that time goes on, that pressure got more and more and more, and especially with like so many people liking Daimonchi. Daimonchi was like my least favorite series. It was starting off to be like my most because I got the most views, but the longer it went on, the longer I had to draw it out because people wanted more parts. Even when I tried to give a satisfying conclusion or a satisfying end, it's just more and more parts. I kept trying to pump it out. And I'm not gonna lie, my mental state was like really, really anxious nonstop, especially if like a video did bad. If I posted anything else at the time, like you can even go back now and you look at it. If it wasn't Daimonchi, we're talking like I might have gotten like 3K views on the video compared to the average 10 to 11 to 15K I would get on Daimonchi. It was insane. And then eventually people stopped wanting Daimonchi too, and all the views went down, and I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. So I tried to do gaming again on a secondary channel, to little success. Didn't go well again. I was thinking about doing gaming to my main channel, but I decided against it. So instead, I chose to just not upload, period. I figured the lack of uploads might give me time to relax. And that was the 2 week break I took for Christmas. And it was during those 2 weeks I was playing Minecraft with my head moderator at the time, Mad. And, I was talking about it, and this is when it finally clicked to me after looking through everything. I had dedicated so much of my time to YouTubing that nothing else existed in my life. There was nothing else in my life. It was go home and do it, or wake up on the weekends and plan and do it, or talk with other VTubers about, or not VTubers, other what ifers about what they're doing and how their what ifs are going and how I can help them increase their what ifs. And I had to try. I had to try to be better, but couldn't. I couldn't be better. My goals, my objectives were never to be a what if YouTuber. They were never to be where I got to. It was to be better than a random kid on the internet. And like people would come to me saying, "Oh, Dino, your voice is like so peaceful, so charming to me. I love listening to it. It's like my calming and relaxing voice." And I sit here and I think in the back of my head, that was spite. My spitefulness was calming to someone else. That's amazing, but horrible at the same time. I literally couldn't tell you guys how many nights I lost sleep or slept like shit, and then I went to school and fuck, I passed out during class. I couldn't stay awake during class, or I couldn't pay attention during class. Hell, there was even times when I was hallucinating in school. I never told anyone about it though because I knew it was a hallucination, but it was fucked. I mean, like, I would see eyeballs everywhere watching me, no matter what. Like, I know I was sitting in math class one day, and my teacher was writing a formula on the board, and as soon as he stepped away, I saw a giant eye just staring back at me, and it blinked, and it fucking shook me awake so hard, I shot straight up, and the teacher looked at me and asked me if I was okay. That's when I was like, I can't do it. I can't. It's not that I can't do it for like creating content. I can still create content. I can't create content that I'm spiteful about. I I never did what if YouTubing as I wanted to. It was to be spiteful, to go ahead and try to prove a point to of the all of the ones that actually wanted to but didn't put forth the effort to be it. That's what my content was about. And watching more and more people like it and just apparently like me as a person sucked. It sucked a lot. As every time I would get a like on a video or I would see more people watch my streams, I'd think, you're watching a horrible man. You're watching someone that doesn't do something. You're not watching content made out of love. You're watching content made out of spite. That's all it was. It was nothing else, and it was never, never a good time for the other, like, people. And when someone would come to me asking for help, I'd try to help them, but, like, I had no way to help. Everything I did was improvised. Every video, except for the very first What If, didn't have a script. All of it was improvised. All of it was off the top of my head. And that's why I can, like, you would hear me say I forgot his name so much because there was no script. And everyone's like, Dino, did you ever script? Or do you script your videos? And I tell them, no, I never script my videos. And I feel like my spontaneousness proved my point. I had became the one thing I was spitefully setting out to destroy. I had became the what if YouTuber that somehow banked off of the success of a spiteful ass series that was fucking horrible and put no extra effort other than trying to think of ideas of where the story would go. Never wrote anything down. Almost every decision I made was off the top of my head or thought about it during school when I was already sleep deprived as hell. My thumbnails, even though they got better over time, that wasn't because I was producing them. That was because other people would produce thumbnails for me and send them to me. Or I would go ahead and just go find random JPEGs, or I would have one of the artists on my server create custom artwork for one of it. And all of them were great guys, great people, people with excellent talents and impressive work overall. Especially like people like Xylo, who made beautiful artwork of characters and wouldn't even question when I asked him for something. He was an amazing guy and a great guy overall. And I'm not gonna lie, every time I tried to step back in, I kept telling myself, you're doing it out of spite again. You're coming back in to spite your former self to try to be better. And every time I did that, I sat there and I was like, this doesn't work. This can't work. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep going on like this anymore. This is not how I want to do things. No matter what. I do not want to sit there and speak spitefully to myself about doing better. So people would ask, hey, when's the next video coming out? When is this going? What's going on? And I just lie and say, oh, school is getting rougher, or oh, exams are coming up, and that's why there's no video. And oh, I need to pay attention to this, or I need to do that. When really, in the end of the day, it was just me looking towards my YouTube career and realizing that it was built on spite. It wasn't built on anything else, and I hated it. I hated every second past that point. Even though I've made great friends like Hudson and Flair and Black Phantom and Mad and Liliana, like all these people are great, great people. People that deserve recognition and actually put in so much effort into their original videos. So much effort. Something that I personally probably can never do. It just always seemed like no matter what I tried to do, no matter how much I tried to not make it to where it seems spiteful, in my head it was always spiteful. There was never no not spitefulness or making me feel like it wasn't spiteful. It was always spiteful. And that's when I stopped. I realized even if there's a community for this, I can't fix the rotten core at the center of it. And if I remove the center core, the community crumbles. It was this dichotomy of, do I want to self-destruct and destroy everything I built, or drag out everything I built and hope the community can keep itself together long enough to believe that it will be better, that I would be better. And then that's when I just stopped uploading and sent out the community message, get me to 4K and I'll continue. Because in all honesty, I never thought that would happen. In all honesty, I sat there every day and I would check my phone, dreading every new subscriber that would come in. Because I knew as soon as I reached 4K, I would have to live up to my promise and I would do it again out of spite. Spite from my past self to make that community post statement. Spite at the original me for starting it. Spite out of everything I tried to do to fix myself and to fix my content. I fail. And I would be back at the roots of a spiteful man who created content for no other reason than to be spiteful. And that made me so incredibly sad and upset that no matter what I actively attempted to do, I just couldn't feel happy with my channel anymore. Even though I still love every member of my community, I hated myself, or the Dinoninja you see at the center of the community. I hated that part of me. I hated this guy who acted like he was trying to do stuff for good, but ended up ultimately being the evil he wants to destroy. Pretending to be a hero when actually being a wolf in sheep's clothing. And as I continued on and I kept trying, and then I streamed to minimum success, and I kept going, and I win and I win and I win, I realized something. I can never fix this core. This core issue will exist until I actually state the issue to the community as a whole. The core issue of a little guy being spiteful on YouTube and created content out of it. So I decided to start streaming. I went back to my roots, my very beginning roots of content I enjoyed, gaming content with friends, dicking around, just doing random shit. And I played, and I loved it. I actually felt like I'm enjoying it again. But then the low viewership hit, and it's like, my community isn't built on gaming, and it will never be built on gaming. This community is built on what ifs. What ifs that I probably, if I tried again, will never be able to live up to the old me's level of skill, because I got rid of my spitefulness towards it. It took me a long time, but I finally have done it. I no longer feel spiteful towards any what if YouTuber creator. I no longer feel spiteful to even the one that originally got me to start down this path. So I decided right then and there that I needed to become something different. So I looked towards gaming again. And I was like, gaming is too simple. It's not anything new. Even gaming with a group of people, it's still the same old, same old. So what could I do to change it? Then I looked to VTubing, a group that is not that big, but not that small. And I sat there and I was like, maybe I should start VTubing. And that's when I did. Hence the creation of Fulgur CV. Fulgur CV is what I originally wanted my channel to be. It's over on Twitch. Fulgur CV ended up being a non-spiteful thing. Something that was just for fun. Where I could play with my friends and have a great time dicking around on different games. Whether that be Gartic Phone or Jackbox, multiple different games. From fucking Terraria to Borderlands to Ark, all these different games I played with my friends, and we just dicked around and had a good time. Made jokes, laughed, had embarrassing times, had embarrassing stories, and I believe that's what finally allowed me to post this, to explain how I felt during my entire time of uploading videos as the Ultimate Dinoninja when they were what ifs. I feel like I can't upload videos anymore on this channel. And I know that if you guys like the content, then I really hope that you find someone else that can fill your daily niche. If you liked me as a person instead, though, I would love to see you over on Twitch. So hopefully we can grow a new community together. This time, the core hopefully won't be as rotten as it was last time. So this is Dinoninja for the last time, signing off. Whether we meet on a new path of enlightenment, friends, or some dingy dark alley in the back streets of New York, I hope you guys have a wonderful time. As in the end, I still love each and every one of you who subscribed, each and every one of you who joined the Discord. If you do go to the Discord, I'll have a link to my Twitch's Discord in there. If you believe that you want to go ahead and watch me on Twitch, then please click it. It would mean more than I think you guys could even ever understand to me. Well, guys, this is it. We had a good run. Goodbye.